Hello everybody, this is Kimchi Crypto. Today I'm going to talk about a specific altcoin picked by BIS. Let's dive in. I'm personally studying the BIS and IMF and the types of global institutions, and I found out this paper. They wrote this paper. The name of this paper is Why People Use DeFi. Why do they use DeFi lending? And evidence from Aave version 2. They chose Aave as an DeFi great example. So, why people using DeFi protocols? And they mentioned the number of DeFi users is growing year by year, whereas there are still very few large investors using DeFi protocols. For sure, large investors prefer TradeFi, like banks or asset managers for sure, for many reasons. But still, people using DeFi. Why? Firstly, people want to earn yields as a liquidity provider. Second, they want to borrow money in order to trade with leverage. That was the first and second reason of DeFi. Users and Aave they mentioned described Aave as one of the most prominent and leading DeFi protocols. That was why they chose Aave as an DeFi example for their study. BIS is known as the central bank of central banks around the world. Why do they study DeFi in the first place? Why did BIS choose Aave as a major DeFi player? Well, BIS will, not only BIS, but IMF in conjunction with all those global Wall Street giants like BlackRock, they will put every single asset on blockchain in a decentralized way. Why decentralized way? Why do they use public blockchains for this? Because they need to transfer any single asset on the planet to anywhere, any blockchains, any type of assets in a decentralized way. We call it RWA, real world assets, or tokenization. Every single bank or asset manager will use DeFi protocols. They will use blockchains for their digital asset transfers, payments, and so forth in a very short period of time. So Aave could be one of those top DeFi protocols chosen by BIS. And I read all those articles and papers, and it was almost 60-page long study about Aave, about how DeFi works, and so forth. So I summarized this, and the conclusion was this. First, why people using DeFi? As I mentioned, people want to earn yields as a liquidity provider, especially it's very popular among retail investors, especially in a very low interest rate environment. Second, why do they borrow in DeFi protocols? First reason was to trade with leverage. And second, it was about governance. Some of them wanted to have more voting power over the protocols. Third, both retails and large investors love speculative trading. The only difference was retails show formal behaviors, but large investors don't. But they both love speculative trading. They want to borrow money in order to trade with leverage for higher potential returns. And RWA, aka tokenization, will be implemented by DeFi. That is why BIS, IMF, every single global institution are studying and collaborating with DeFi protocols like Aave. And one of those top DeFi protocols could be Aave. That could be Solana. That could be Avalanche. That could be a Polygon. But they chose Aave as one of those great examples. But this is not a financial advice though. Do your own research before you invest in whatsoever assets. Thank you for listening.